Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk Stroke. I am your host and stroke survivor, Jerry Wald. And for those of you that are new here, I started doing this show to bring awareness to stroke, TBI, aphasia, brain injury, and also to provide a platform for survivors to share their journeys from literally all across the world. And also bring on experts in brain health so they can share their knowledge for us to learn more about the brain. So this morning, wonderful guest, call him Aphasia Phil, and awesome. You'll really enjoy his journey and what his message is. So we'll welcome him in just 1 second, but also please subscribe to my YouTube channel called Let's Talk Stroke. Hit the like button, and if you have any questions, make comments and um, ask questions. Okay, there we go. Okay, so good morning, James, Doug, and Kevin, and whoever else is watching. We appreciate it, and let's bring on Phil. Did I?
Yep, here to go.
Good morning, Phil. Aphasia Phil.
Good morning, how you doing? Aphasia Phil.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what it was in the beginning anyway.
No problem, no problem. Glad to see you this morning. And also, we can start by just saying, before your stroke and aphasia, who was Phil?
Still me. I used to play soccer and track. I was an athlete. I was a DJ one time. I did a lot of things. A lot of stuff.
Nice.
But then I was doing one of the things I was doing cell phones and tablets for people that have money.
Huh?
And then something happened. I had a stroke.
Well, do you know what caused your stroke?
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't. My mom was. I mean, that's how I can tell it, because in the beginning, I was comatose for three weeks.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened. And my mom was here in Dayton, Ohio, and she was Dayton, Ohio, and she get an airplane, and I was there, and my cousin was there, and so I didn't know anything was happening at all. No, and that's how it started. Well, it started because I was there.
What are you trying to?
And my mom, they were talking, and I don't know what I was saying. My mom told me that one time I would look at her and go, "Arr!" Apparently, I don't know. My mom said it didn't. I can't say it because I wasn't really there, but my cousin was there too, and I didn't know what's going on at all. Apparently, I have a cranial acme on my scar.
Yeah.
Myself had traumatic brain injury. I was comatose for a while, and I still have friends and family to help me there. I didn't know anything. It took a long time. I was there. I forgot the place it was, but I finally get into another place. It was Bryn Mawr. And that's the first time I knew my mom was a mom. She wasn't a devil. I was talking to her. Well, yeah. When I say I was talking, I thought I was talking.
Yeah.
But I wasn't saying anything.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I was sitting there and I thought I was talking. And when you have aphasia, you think you're talking and you're not saying anything. And the only thing I would say is shit and gamble and cuss. But I was like, hi. But I thought I was talking, and in the beginning, in the very beginning, I was sitting there and I was thinking to myself in my mind that I'm an athlete. I can work this out.
Yeah.
Well, I went back to Bryn Mawr and had staples in my head. I got back to Bryn Mawr again, and I saw that something's not right here.
Yeah.
My mind is. I'm saying in my mind, I'm like, go. But my mind's like, no. And that's when I found out I need a speech pathologist. Now, I'm gonna tell you this. I couldn't say speech pathologist at all.
I know when we talked the other day, you say that perfectly.
You know, practice. I want everyone knows this practice is everything I did. Like in the beginning, I'll look at people and say dog, and it's my mom. She's not a dog. I know it's my mom, and I didn't know what was going on, but I knew that I had to listen, and then I was able to listen. Like, oh, okay, so this is gonna be hard. I didn't know how hard it was going to be because I'm stubborn to a fault, and everyone knows that, so deal with it. But it's better. And then I was like, I'll listen. So I was in one place, and as you know, my soul was in a cell somewhere. My soul was in a cell somewhere, and it was bleeding in my brain.
Yeah.
And basically, my skull was so big that I had to get it swelling.
Why not?
So I went to another place. It was Bryn Mawr, and I'll put this: the rehab place is nice,
I can't.
but everything else not good. It's good. Bryn Mawr, rehab.
That's nice. You lived in Philadelphia.
No, I was in Philadelphia. I used to live in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing there now. I mean, not nothing there, but I was a lot of times I was in Philadelphia. And so when I get to Westgate, the rehab was a really nice place. Nice place, not so good. In fact, like some people thought I was mute. I was talking, and I know I'm not mute. I may not can say what I was trying to say to you, but I was mute. But people were nice. Well, still bad place because it was a really bad place. The rehab was nice. Then I went back to Bryn Mawr again, so my skull removed,
Right.
so I can have my skull again. And I was talking to people, and I remember her names, kind of, but it was you, and you, and I was then there for another 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I'm gonna tell you that. But then I got to Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah, because my mom was there the whole time I was there. She worked from home, and my friends and my family, they're my rocks. They're my rocks. Because if my friends and family were there, I know I wouldn't have made it there. I mean, I can be stubborn, but having friends and family, a support group.
I know that's so important.
A lot of support group. Like my friends were there, and the things they didn't know what aphasia was. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
They didn't care. They wanted to help me.
Yeah. That's great. When I saw there was a question here, how long post-stroke are you?
3 years. 3 years. 3 years, and I think my mom could tell you if she looks in the chat. It's been like it'll be like next month. 3 years.
You've got a lot of people out here.
My friends, I help my friend. My friends were. I'm so nice and so lucky. But a lot of people understand that your friends and family can help you, but you got to get better for yourself.
Right.
Like your friends can rah and go, but if you don't put that work to get it better, it's never going to happen. There's another way around it. So when I was there for Premier Health in Dayton, Ohio, I finally got a speech pathologist, OT, and PT.
Good.
Now, as I said before, these words were not coming in my mind at all. I just know they know now because I practice. Speech pathologist is hard to say in general. So my speech pathologist, Chelsea, is one I worked on now. I'll say this. I'm saying the words clearly in practices because I want to know their names. That's the way
You're doing great.
So when I was there with Chelsea in the beginning, they're sitting there saying, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "Well, what I want, what everyone wants to do, you get better." Like, yeah, but what do you want to do? And I was sitting there, it's like, I'm gonna write a book. Say, okay, well, we got to do certain things, and it was because Chelsea said I wanted to do something. So I want to write a book, but I didn't know what was going to happen to me. Like I didn't know how hard it's going to be, but I was ready. I ready to do this. So in the beginning, I couldn't even count ABCs at all. I can say ABCs, but writing it down, I was like, oh my god. So that was the first time last year. So OTNP was good, and I got better, and I listened. Then I go. This is 2 years now. I'm doing the same people, but the first time before I was in there, we have a break. Give a break, and I said, you go to the support group. And the first support group I went to was First Soul Connections with Ali. And it's changed my life.
Really?
Because I didn't know there were people like me. First of all, I still didn't say aphasia at all. But I didn't know there's a lot of people who have the same symptoms.
Right.
Like, not the same symptoms, like different kind of symptoms, but everyone's different. And I was like, oh my God. And that was like going to the gym every day. I want to do this kind of stuff. But as I got better, I was wondering, is there something else to me just being aphasia? And that's why I wanted to do my own YouTube channel.
Right.
Because where stroke, you knew more about stroke, but an aphasia, people don't know what aphasia is because it's a language problem.
Right.
Like,
not intellect.
No, yeah. You're still smart. I'm smart. I'm smart as shit. I don't care what you say. But it's hard to able to talk with other people and listen.
This is true.
And people are scared and they don't do this. But so I'm saying I want my own YouTube channel to talk about other people's stories. So that's why I do this now. And now I'm also an ambassador for National Aphasia Association. I'm an ambassador. And all ambassador is doing is putting a word out. And I'll put the word out. And if you don't want to put it out, I'm going to talk to you anyway. Just listen. So it's up to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. This it seems like you're really helping some other people out by listening to these Mike. Phil is great, helps me remember to be strong.
Hey, Mike. I like these guys, people. Well, I understand it's hard to do this. Like, first of all, it's hard, it's lonely, but so good for you to get better if you can do it yourself. Like, it's hard. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's easy. It's not as easy as hell. It's hard.
Right.
But if you do it if you don't do that and have a support group, you're not gonna get any better.
Right.
And I want to understand that you need a speech pathologist because if you have your friends or family, like, you getting better, yeah, you can, but you don't know. Like, to me, and I want to just for me, not everyone else.
Sure.
For me, having a speech pathologist and the symptoms you knew and help it do better, because when you look at aphasia, it's umbrella. Having an umbrella is one thing, but aphasia, there's a lot of things in aphasia. Like, it's different. And for me, like, for instance, right now, before this, I couldn't talk to my mom and say dog. That's how bad I was. I didn't know names and numbers. Names and numbers are getting better. But a little better. Yeah. But the fact to talk, it takes time. And my mom, if my mom wasn't then there at all, I definitely not have been there. And it was hard because for a little bit, I was mad sometimes,
Oh yeah.
and it has nothing to do with mom. I knew something that was not right for myself, and yeah, org.
But it's on right now.
Oh yeah, Aphasia.org. Yep,
Now, here we go, right here.
an ambassador program too. Hey,
You see?
mom. Yep.
There's Phil's mom. Mom, thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Um,
How long
so-
were you in the hospital for? You were 3 weeks in ICU. It sounds like.
well, whatever it was, yeah. But it's been a whole year in general. I got back here and she made a check. I got here 2 years. In 2 years, it was 3 years total. But the whole time I was in 2 or 3 different places.
Right.
And then when I was done, I was straight to Ohio.
Do you do like support groups, or have you found any like out there in
I've
person?
had a lot of support groups. I have so much resources I have.
Good.
But it's good. But what I've been doing as I talk to other people's support groups. So I put in a group for anything.
Yeah.
But you have to support groups get better. But I got better because now I'm doing my own journey to other people's stories. But I want people to know.
I'm really joking.
People understand we're talking about aphasia. It's just a symptom. Like you're people with aphasia, kids with aphasia.
Yeah.
You're people with a symptoms that happen. You're still there. And just because I want to talk about other people's stories, you can do people to talk about. I like to talk about dogs or cats and have your own. You have your own YouTube channel talking about dogs and cats. But the people know that the aphasia. And I think people say, well, aphasia is, and you can talk about that, but you like dogs or cats. I like to talk other people's stories.
Sure.
Just like you do.
Yeah. It's great you do that, because I know I went through your YouTube channel and you do a great job on there. I mean, really, really good job, thorough with other survivors out there.
I mean, and the thing is, the things that have me real,
Yeah.
really real.
Yeah.
You want a story?
Yeah. Did you did you know, how old were you when you had the stroke? Do you
I'll be 50 in 4 months. So see, language. 40. Mom. I'm saying mom. I'm saying mom. And she's right here, and she's all the way upstairs. I was 40. I was 48. 48.
Yeah, so right around the same age I was when I had mine, 49. But same thing. But yeah, yeah. Here, this one here, James Jet, put this up here. Phil is one of the ambassadors of the. If you don't go to aphasia.org.
Yes.
Thank you for putting that in there. We appreciate that, and I appreciate the comments, and yeah, it's so you're around the same age I did, but you didn't. Did you know? Because I never knew what a stroke was. I thought it was an old person's thing. Didn't know it was a little kids and anybody could have it. No discrimination.
No, with me, I didn't know. I said I was comatose for a while.
Yeah.
But I've heard of stroke. I mean, I never heard of stroke. And aphasia was nah.
No.
And the one thing I understand a lot of people, men in general think we know everything, and I know shit. I just didn't know anything. And hope my mom's all the information right there.
October 22. Until March. Okay, yeah, you were in there for a while.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. Went back to hospital for another month. Okay. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, I was there just doing whatever I needed to do to do it better.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you understand that, like I said, it's hard. It's not going to be easy. It's not. Yeah. You had a brain injury happen to you. Yeah. You're not going to be the same you was. That's not going to happen. Like I know that now, and it was good because I realized that my OT and PT, like my left hand's getting better.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. How?
Before this, it was like this the whole time.
Yeah.
Like a hook. But practice, like I do practice for everything.
Good.
Because occupational therapy, I probably said it wrong, but occupational therapy and speech and physical training, you gotta know where you are, so you found out better. Because for me, my right side was weaker. It's weaker. Like for story, she's gonna be that laughing when I say this. So before I use my room, I use a pee cup or a urinal. If you know what it is, then you're lucky.
Yeah, I know.
But I had one. And then because I wanted to use the bathroom a lot because I can go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So after a while, I was saying, I think I can pee on my own, but I don't want my mom to know this. So I wait for like a week to make sure it's peeing on my own. So I was like, hey, I can pee on my own. I said, Mom, what's up? I can pee on my own now. I was like, yay! And because
I know.
Small victories.
You know, when you celebrate the little ones like that.
Oh yeah, this is even funnier. So I was going to the gym, right? And we were waiting for going to a van, and it was a YMCA, but I had to use the bathroom. So I went into the stall, and every stall was full. And I use it as a stall, right?
Yeah.
But there's one urinal. I said, well, let's see what happens. And it worked more or less. I
know
a little bit, but it's the first time I'm peeing myself. And I called my mom and said, listen, Mom, I can pee my own now. I was like, okay, but it's small victories. Now I can pee a lot better. But, you know, that's the stuff like this. I'll tell you the truth. I have no choice. I'll tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. Mostly they don't, but oh well.
Well, it's good. It's good that you do that. And was it short-term memory? Do you drive?
I want no, not yet.
Yeah,
It's something I want to do. I'm laughing because my mom would never really do that anyway, and I can't. But I know I can't. I know I can drive. If I drive, I'm building dicks. I know for a fact that I can't drive, but they're doing activities to do that later on. My occupational therapy, doing steps. So it's a long journey. But I have what you saying? Oh, but that's not my real world. There's not a thing I do. I have friends and family help me.
Yeah,
but I know I'll die. Or actually, it wouldn't go that far because I didn't even know how to get in the shift or anything. But that's something I want to do. But I know the fact there's so much steps I need to do to get that. I want to do this, but I know now that I know there's so much step to get better. It's like, for me, it's like a game computer. It's like, listen, level 1, level 2, and I know level 5 is not even close where I am right now.
Yeah, but you're doing it. I mean, you went, like you said, we went through a brain injury, so it's going to take time. I mean, 3 years out, you're going to it get, like, I never promise them, but it does get better. And look what you've gone through. You couldn't talk, you couldn't walk, you couldn't do anything. You were hemiplegic. You were paralyzed on one side. You couldn't do anything. It humbles you when you get it from in the hospital. Like, okay, they have to bathe you. They've got to wash. They do everything. So
yeah, I didn't care. I used to some people in Bryn Mawr.
Right.
One time I was listening, like, you guys are magician people. Like, you put my clothes on, like, blah, like, and I've bathed, like, thank you. Yeah, I've always been this way. Always the way I've been right now and talking to people. Apparently, that's me now. it's not. I'm still the person I was before I had stroke. So I was like, that's what I talk to other people. But having neuroplasticity,
Yes.
I love that word. I shouldn't have a word that, but I love that word because you can get better, but you need to practice. And like, there's no way around that. I want people to understand having a stroke or aphasia, the only way to get better is to practice. Like, you can do a little bit, but it's like you're the star. Your friends, your family say, you can go, you can do this, but if you don't do it for yourself, you'll know any better. I don't know any way around that.
Right. Your brain rewires itself. Like you said,
Yep.
neuroplasticity. You say that one, and speech pathologists are perfect.
But I've just been practicing. In the beginning, I can say speech teacher. I can say you. Like practice. And practicing right now, I have my computer right here is saying the words because I want to understand what I'm saying for myself, people, and also practice because having a language problem, it's hard to practice other things because you know it's happening to you. So I encourage people, find a speech pathologist in general and see if there's something wrong with you. Because in your mind, you're thinking, I'm good, but you're probably not. If you're not saying like, I'm good, but your mind said, I'm not good, but you're like, okay. And have people that love you to help you. If not, if you got people that love you, find support groups. There's
very true. I mean, like you have your own page too.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. I think you're doing 100% a great job, and it's such a passion for you to do this.
Yes.
You know, to help any people. You know, we can inspire one person. Don't you feel like you're helping them?
It was. I mean, people said I'm glad I'm doing this to other people, and I know that, especially when YouTube.
Yeah.
In the beginning, is my friends and family and my YouTube stuff, but my audience are people with stroke and aphasia and something else, and that's my audience.
Yeah.
That's the people I talk to because they understand we're here. I don't know. It's my passion now. Like, that's my job, to get better for myself, to help other people say, listen, you can do this too. You don't have to be like me, but you're able to talk for yourself. Like,
right.
I mean, everyone's different.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know what that means, Stephen. RTI, I'm sure I've heard it, but
aphasia.
Yeah, that's what it is. Thank you for.
It was aphasia. Yeah, sorry.
Exactly. Loud out here, but so what are your deficits right now? I'm sure some people want to know.
A lot of it. For instance, for reading and writing, right? Reading is a little better, but right now, like for me, how I am, if someone says do this, I'm able to do this, but I don't know why it's working. So for me, the first letters sounds hard. So I can say before speech pathologist, I say pathologist. It's a little different. Like, so that's hard. And and reading and writing, I can do 2 or 3 letters and better. Like, I can do 4 or 5 letters. I can't do that. I can talk fine now because that's practice.
Right.
But putting like I was doing ABCs. I can now say ABCs and say it in my mind and put it on the paper now. That's the problem. Doing it on paper was hard. I'm thinking better at that too. It'll take time. On other deficits, my right hand is getting better, but again, it's all practice. Going to the gym, doing stuff for your own. it's my passion to do this, and it's better for me. Like, why would I not to get better? I mean, to me, that makes no sense. Like, why want to do better? And so, my goal is eventually to be able to drive, but I have so much stuff, and I don't even know. Right now, I'm going to 2 or 3 letters talking, but I know eventually I know what's next. But right now, my speech pathologist Chelsea, we'll talk about this too. But it's it's different. You know, it's like what I said before. It's like 4 level. I'm doing better. Like something else because I have so much stuff in there.
Absolutely. You see the comment here from.
Nope, no tremors. Just some crazy. Other than that, no tremors.
There you go. That's great.
I hope not.
So no seizures.
No, I did.
Did
it
you?
happened to me, but my medicine got there, so I haven't had seizures in a while. My medicine is good. Take your medicine. Don't have someone else saying what medicine you have to take. Find a doctor. Don't do that. Like, don't say, well, it's not going to help for me. Like, that makes no sense.
Yeah. So you do have a neurologist. It's probably a neurologist that you see.
And everything. My mom, all my doctors. She's got everything. We're doing this. There's not that I have a choice. My mom said you take everything down because I had a brain injury.
Absolutely.
Oh, there she goes. I did have seizures. I have seizures.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but I don't have them. I have them, but I don't have them right. I guess I didn't do seizures, but I haven't had a seizure in a while.
Me too. Yeah.
I mean,
probably on Keppra, and look, I probably know all the meds.
Keppra, and I have so many medicines. Take this, okay? Because I don't know what it is, but I know it's going to be there to help me. And my mom's is there a step of the way. And in the beginning, at first my mom was there, and I was talking to my doctor. Well, they were talking to my doctors, and I wouldn't say anything. But then I want to know what you're saying. Now, my mom was there the whole time, but it's a long time saying, listen, I wouldn't know what you're saying. The practice for me, and it's kept her. Thanks, Mom.
Kept her, yeah, I think that too.
So having a nurse in there and help you understand what I'm saying. My mom always said it too. It's better for you. So I mean, my mom's my rock.
Absolutely. So, yeah, you've got a great support system.
Yes, I do. Yeah. But because I have a support group, other people have a support group too for other people. Because it's hard.
Yeah.
And that's why I do the videos, and all the tutorials. I found out how to do YouTube myself.
Yeah.
I had no help at all. Now I'm doing help for you. You're gonna help me later on. But the beginning, I had to do stuff. I just want to do it and learn to do it myself.
Yeah.
Before this, my mom was there, and I was last year. It's only 3 years ago. Last year, I was sitting there, and I couldn't remember how to do an email at all.
Yeah,
I was mad, and then I found out well, you haven't been there. Your sabbatical was there for 2 years, so maybe you can do email anymore. That time does change, so I got better. But
yeah. But it's amazing, and I see that in you. Hopefully it's not coming out wrong, but you have such more purpose in life because of the brain injury, right?
Yeah, and but also my support group was there, so it gave me. People have to heal, and I didn't want to heal. I thought I can get going, and all I have to do is heal and get better. And sometimes other people don't do that because they don't have friends and family to help heal. You got to heal first, and it's still healing. I mean, I don't want to say that, but it's right. it's going to a long time to heal.
Yeah.
But that's what this why it's my passion to other people is, listen, you can do this yourself.
Right.
Or if you don't want to, come in my group and I'll talk about what you want to talk about, because you have to hear your voice, especially when it comes to aphasia. If you don't talk, you'll lose it. I don't know other way. There's no way around it. And if someone can tell me there's another way to have aphasia and not talk, and you can't talk, I understand. But if you can't talk, you need to talk.
Yeah.
Listen to other people like yourself too, because otherwise it's hard.
Yeah. You can't just sit there and be complacent and not do anything.
I can't. I won't.
No.
Not at all.
Not at all. Do you get neuro fatigue?
Not anymore, because I've been doing it so much.
Yeah, nice.
But when I give it teed, I don't do anything. But like what I do for me, I'm getting a rhythm now.
Yeah.
So in the morning, because we're here, but morning, I do all my activities, speech activity and all the things. I have a lot of tablets and stuff. So I do everything first. Then I do all my film and stuff like this. But in the beginning, I could talk for like 5 minutes talking. Now, when I say talking, I was talking to you, but I was okay. So yes, so I have fatigue, but I get fatigued because I'm tired.
Yeah.
But you keep your mind going. Like you do your stuff, and look at the stuff you can do with other people, because you have your stroke group stuff,
right?
And I don't think it's fatigue when you're just tired after a while. Like we'd have 30 kids, 50 kids.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing a lot of stuff. After a while, it's fatigue, but you're just tired after a while.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I get tired, but the neurofatigue, you don't have that. I
don't know. I don't notice anymore now. I wanted to talk about this because, I mean, my mind is tired, but I'm just tired after a while because I know. But that's why I think in the beginning I did all my activities first, so that way, all my speech and all that stuff, so that when I could do stuff like doing computer stuff, I guess, all stuff, it's easier. You know what I mean? But I know if I do it later on today, so I know the things I know. I know how the things I can do all the time. So all my activity first. I want to say A, B, C, all that stuff. I do that first.
Yeah, you're a great example for a stroke survivor, a brain injury survivor,
aphasia survivor.
Yeah,
I got everything.
Exactly. I mean, I see your mom again. You know, he does get tired, but rest when he's tired.
Yeah. I get tired and I rest.
Yeah.
And then do something else.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I don't know if it's fatigue or just I'm tired. But in the beginning, I know I was tired. Like I can always like I'll go sleep and watch TV and go back to bed again because I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Hey James, shut up.
The mom needs some rest, nap time. Neurofatigue happens, and he wants to rest.
Yes.
Okay.
I said fatigue, but normal fatigue. I'm tired. Either way.
Yeah. Either way, but it seems like you never stop, which is, I mean, you probably like you did when you were before the stroke.
Yeah.
You were a go-getter, and now you're a go-getter still, but you get a little tired, and things happen. But when you talk about all the what's it called, the activities, is that like you're doing the hand exercises, or you're doing some other stuff, or you're doing everything?
Yeah, everything. Like I didn't know. Like for instance, in your arm, there's so many muscles in your arm, in your legs and arms and stuff. So I do activities all the time, just doing stuff like this. Nice. So I have so much activities that got me for speech and octavo therapy and stuff. I love so much stuff that I do all the time.
Yeah.
Bands, lathes, I do everything because I want to get better.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, like I said in the beginning, I was doing like this a little bit. Now I can talk a little clearer, but I know there's so many muscles, your legs and stuff like this, but I know better. And this is not going anywhere soon. So, and I didn't want, after the first year in Bremer Health, my OT said, like, listen, don't use a cane anymore. So I knew the cane the first time. Just don't do that. So, and sometimes I'll go, now that I'll go to Kroger's, somebody's, and just sit there and just do stuff. Well, I always had someone help. I was always there to help me. I'm so glad I have even newer friends that help me to do stuff. Like one of my friends, we go, gives my appointments
Right.
for it, and we go eat and stuff. So yeah, so I'm lucky, and so my goal is just to get better and put out my community for everybody else. That's okay.
Yeah, you're very blessed.
Yes, I there's no way around it. That I can't, like, in the beginning, I found out my doctor was he was a nurse. He was the nurse of the whole thing, not the nurse, the whole thing, and it's her shift.
Wow.
That was there. You know what I mean? Right from the beginning. Like, I was like, oh, like, thank you. And the fact that my mom and one of my cousins, she's gonna help me get my book going. She works for Can and a lot of other places, and she's in there too. Like, well, someone said, yeah, help me with my book, and so I've been blessed the whole time. So I'm not gonna be blessed and do nothing. Other people will be blessed too. If not blessed, will help you.
Yeah.
As much as I can.
Yeah. I mean, your story is very inspirational. I mean, I see the support system is so important, as you know, and you've got that. And that's a big part of this whole thing. But you, like you said, you have to work yourself at it. Otherwise, you're just going to sit there and do nothing. You're not going to get better. But look what you've done already. Wow.
But I want other people to get better too. I can, but some people won't do something because you have to be yourself and understand something's wrong with you.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta understand, like, you gotta understand something, you're not wrong anymore. Then you get help. It's like, listen, help me, please.
Yeah. And you don't have any, like, because your subluxation, like your shoulder, a lot of people have subluxation where it kind of comes up, not out of the socket, but no issues with your shoulders.
Maybe, I don't know. I practice. I don't know anything because my right hand is harder to play. But before, like I said, I couldn't do any. It was like I have a hook. It was like this.
Yeah, I remember.
But I could practice this. In the beginning, I had to practice, and I know what I want to do, and then I don't achieve it. I get my speech pathologist, my OT and PT, and these are all the things you can say, you can do, and you do it or you don't do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Your choice.
Yeah.
Phil, you're invited over for a cold drink, coffee, whichever. I forgot, Stephen. Sounds like you guys are somewhat in the same town.
I don't know. I don't know anyone's names because the people that I know, like my friends, I don't know them. I didn't know them now because lucky I still have my phone book before, so that's how I got better my names. I didn't remember, like London and stuff like this. I can't say their names, but I had a phone like, oh, that's your name. I get better at that.
Yeah. It's amazing how aphasia affects your not only the speech but writing, and but it doesn't affect your intellect, which is
Yep.
just still as smart as you were before. So
Yeah, just take time.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Um, Inglewood, that's where
Oh,
Stephen lives.
that's my mom's friends. I don't know Inglewood. I don't know anything from in Dayton, Ohio, or Vandalia because I was in there every Christmas, something like this.
Right.
So I wasn't here. So my friends those are my mom's friends and family. Inglewood,
No, yeah.
okay, sure.
Yeah, exactly. So what would you tell somebody? I mean, 'cause I want to hear your answer because I know what to expect. What would you tell somebody who's going through what we've gone through and is completely, the depression, the I'm I'm not going to get better. They think the worst.
First of all, you gotta understand you can get better.
Yeah.
You can. Keep trying because otherwise you'll die if you don't do anything. Have support groups like National Face Association, ARC, a lot of support groups because people like you. Like I said before, when I was there, my speech teacher, I didn't know they're called aphasia, and I know that a lot of people who lose just like you. You members, some people may not be your friends anymore, and that's okay. You got to do it for yourself, and other people use storage too, and support groups. That's the only way to get better. And it sucks, and it's hard. It's hard. I mean, but you have aphasia, you have a stroke, you get better, and that's the thing is it will get better. It will get better.
Yeah, absolutely. It does. And like, I mean, I know that's why with your and I'm like I do videos obviously, but I do videos some of the therapies just because I want to look back and say, oh, that's how I was back then. So make the videos of yourself, whatever you're doing, and then you could look back because about 15 years me out post stroke, and I look back and wow, I was a disaster then, and and you look, wow, look at me now. I mean, not that I'm better. Yeah, so
Practice, and talking to other people, and it's so much. It's rewarding to say like, look how I was before, and I know it's so much to do.
yeah,
But I know that now.
yeah, absolutely, man, such an inspiration. I mean, I saw so many comments. I don't know if you've been looking at them, but so many great comments. Really, thank you. Doug is saying to you, you're awesome. And then Mike, truly an inspiration.
Thank you, everybody, because giving the information, because especially my mom, but the fact that you can get better.
Yeah.
If you don't believe yourself, someone will. But you got the support groups because of people just like you and they'll understand.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And you talked about. I just see Steven's comment here, and I was not too long ago. I was listening to old recording of myself, and he says I recommend recording as much as possible because then I heard myself talking, thinking, "Wow, I thought I was great, but obviously not." When so
it happened to me too. Before I joined YouTube and stuff like this, I had I have a recording on my phone.
Yeah.
And I still have it there. My cousin has all the information in there, but I can do last year. It wasn't it was bad, but practice now that said, well, you know what? Get on YouTube stuff because everybody in there, all my friends and family, they're my guinea pigs because I can practice other people. Like it's like listen, so but I'm glad that I said let me just do this for myself and other people too.
Yes.
Because before it was just for myself to get better, but now that I have a community, the National Aphasia Association, and the ambassador, I can tell everybody, listen, you can do this. It doesn't matter how it was before, but you can. Nothing is going to be as bad as it was the first time.
Right. 100%. I understand. Wow. This is great. Any other, before we leave, any other last words you want to get out there? Because we definitely need to do this again. Because
oh yeah, I'd love to.
You know, anything, last words, and thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody. People I can see names, or because talking is hard sometimes. Looking like right, Mom. I said I can't read everything he says because he talks a lot times. But the fact having a support group, I'll say it again, and remember, if you have to have a speech pathologist so they know what happened to you, so you know where you are.
Yeah.
I'll say it again. If you don't do that, you never get any better. Because how can someone tell you what's wrong with you when you know what's wrong with yourself? Like,
yeah,
you don't even know what aphasia is. So you say, I know I'm doing. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, exactly. I never knew either. Never knew what that. I just saw it on a piece of one of my. I asked for all my records from my doctors, and I saw it said aphasia on it. This was years ago, and I was asking someone out in this community what aphasia was, and that's how I found out. It's just crazy.
And my mom taught everything. I still can't remember aphasia. I can say aphasia until last year. But,
Yeah.
You know, but I know something was wrong. I didn't know what it was, but I didn't know and also find a community, the people to talk to you. There's so more resources I have to help other people, because you don't have to be alone. You don't have to be alone.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I'll talk to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I always say it too. But if anybody wants to reach out to me or anybody, feel free to, because you're not alone in this.
The first step is you have the first step. I mean, I can't do anything if you're not going to do it yourself first.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are. I can't talk to you. I don't know where you're at.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate this, Phil, so much, and
thank you so much.
Thank you, and I'm sure your activities are going to be starting that.
Well, right now, and we're done. I have the meeting for the sport group.